And so Lincoln looked at the group that was assembled and said,
I agree with you that this gentleman deserves a position.
But whose position should I take?
As CEO of Blue Ocean Global Technology, I'm incredibly fortunate to work with really successful C-level executives, entrepreneurs. And there's one particular story I can recall. I was meeting with a client in his office, and he was talking about how he recently promoted several people. And there was somebody on his team that was really wanted a promotion and felt they deserved it, but really wasn't ready. That's why they weren't on the short list, but was maybe a little bit jealous and envious of others. And he's asking me, he said, Samir, it's such a hard conversation to have with somebody that you value where you don't know exactly how to explain that to them and make them feel good about it. And so I said, that reminds me, as Mr. Lincoln always used to say when he started a story and had that twinkle in his eye. And when Abraham Lincoln took office, there was this incredible demand for getting a government post and for wanting to have an appointment. And so Lincoln, one of the things that differentiated him was that it was like open door at the White House. I mean, at that point in time, it didn't matter whether you're a senator, congressman, person from a newspaper, or just a common woman or man, you could come in and walk into the White House and wait in line to see President Lincoln. And so he was peppered unendingly, by people who wanted positions. And at one point, there was a gentleman who came in and a group of people who wanted to really pitch. This story may have been used when they were trying to get a position, I think for maybe it was Governor Andrew Curtin. Don't hold me to that because I'm going just straight from memory here. And so Lincoln heard out all the arguments about why an appointment should be given to this particular individual. And he patiently listened, as Mr. Lincoln did, because he was masterful at asking questions and listening before he was able to respond. And after patiently hearing out these arguments, he said, that reminds me. And he says, I'm in the position of young Richard Brimsley Sheridan. Now, young Richard, after he had some rather rakish conduct, his father, old man Sheridan, said, young Richard, enough of this playing around. It's about time you got serious on life. And to which young Richard Brimsley Sheridan said, okay, father, I agree with you. I'll try to get more serious. And Father Sheridan said, young Richard, it's about time you took a wife and got serious with your life and settled down. To which young Richard Brimsley Sheridan looked at him and said, well, Father, I agree and I should do that. But whose wife shall I take? And so Lincoln looked at the group that was assembled and said, I agree with you that this gentleman deserves a position. But whose position should I take?